The open week was well needed and well deserved. I think our team had a chance to not rest but recover, which was important. We didn't want to rest. We wanted to recover, get our bodies back, and get ourselves focused for the remainder of the season. Had our first practice today of the Tulane week. Anxious to get down there and play against a really good football team, the number 18th ranked rushing offense in the country, number 27th ranked defense in the country, and a team that we have a lot of respect for. Tanzel Smart, Nico Marley, and many, many more guys. Coach Fritz has done a fantastic job of really, I think, implementing his vision. We have to be ready for a four-quarter war, and we're excited to do so.
Take questions for Coach Rhule, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
Thank you, and we'll go to Dan Tortora from WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. To come in to the bye week like you did at four wins in a row at that point, what can you say about the energy of the team coming out of the bye week? Was it as high going into the bye week as it is coming out, so to speak?
Well, I think obviously we're happy with the way we played the last couple games, but we look at things, in an aggregate. We are what our record says we are. I think we're 7-3, but we were the team that put a lot, has put a lot into the season. We were just physically tired and probably mentally tired. So I think our focus and our energy, and more importantly, our bodies are better off today than they were, Friday night after the UConn game.
And when you go through this bye week, obviously you're working on fundamentals and whatnot, but what are some of the other things that you're trying to instill in the team at this point with a few games to go and, obviously a surge you want to have at the end of the season? What was the true focus outside of fundamentals?
I didn't practice during the bye week except for Friday. So, we just lifted and ran, and we did a little bit of a walkthrough to, prepare for Tulane, but we didn't practice, so we didn't really work a ton on fundamentals or anything. We practice really hard here. We're really physical. We're in full pads most days. So when we go, and during the bye week, we recovered. So the only thing I care about right now is our team, getting themselves ready to play as well as we can play against Tulane, and that was my focus of the bye week, was take a break. And then when Sunday came at midnight, 12:01 Sunday morning, get into our weekly process that we go through and make sure that we have the toughness to do that process, to go on the road and play against a team that is a tough matchup for us, and that they run the football and play great defense. That's kind of how we're built. They're built the same way. And so anytime we face a team that's built like us, we have to be at our absolute best to have a chance.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. We'll go next to Mark Narducci from Philadelphia Inquirer.
Matt, could you tell me a little how Tulane's option is a little bit different from, say, the option that you saw this year with Army?
Yeah, it's just a completely different offense. It's all zone read option, speed option. So there's some principles that are the same in that, they have some triple option concepts in that they can either hand it off, the quarterback can run it, or he can pitch it. But they operate from the shotgun. They operate, with wide receivers as opposed to three backs. So it's a different way of doing it. They throw the ball more than, other traditional triple option teams do. So it's a different offense with some of the same, concepts.
Man, one other thing. Obviously you guys know what's at stake if you win the next two games, and I know you always talk about just looking at one game at a time. Is it hard to keep that noise out and all that what stares at you if you are able to win these two games? Is it hard at all?
It's not hard for me. Is it hard for the players? I don't know. I know that they understand that we're going to get asked about it. So if we weren't asked about it, maybe I'm very realistic. We're in like sudden death playoffs, right? So that's what it was last week. That's really what it's been since since we lost to Memphis. It's been a sudden death. You have to win every game, and so I deal with the reality of everything. This is a playoff game. If we lose it, we're out. If we win it, we're in to the next week. We're on to the next round. So when you approach it like that, then this week is everything, and it really is everything. It's everything because it's the last time we're going to get a chance to go on the road with our seniors, and we love these seniors, and it's everything because if we don't win it, then we're out.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll go next to Sean Pastor from Owls Daily.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you, Sean?
Great. On the subject of the bye, I was just wanted to kind of ask. I had forgotten. I guess a couple of years ago, you guys had one year where you had 3 bye weeks and then 2 bye weeks. Was it a lot different because of the timing of this, the way you approached the workload for the kids in the off week compared to when you had all those weeks, bye weeks a couple of years ago?
Yeah, so I forget what year it was. It was like 2 years ago we had 3, one of which was I think the last week of the year. I can't really remember how everything went. Obviously like the first year we had the bye week after we lost to Fordham. That was like redoing training camp. Last year was a bye week after the 3rd game of the year, I think. And so we worked it a different way. The fact that this is week 11, and we just went, 10 straight weeks plus training camp. We planned since before the year to treat this very differently. So I think you look at your team each year heading into the bye week, you look at where they are in the year, and then you try to make the right decisions to make sure that they're as healthy as they can be and as prepared and as focused as they can be.
Okay. The other thing I just wanted to ask was in this off week, whether you had discussed at all the election results with the kids, or whether you got a lot of kids who are, politically oriented, things like that.
I have a lot of kids that are politically oriented, and I didn't have like a team meeting or anything. I mean, I talk about a lot of things with a lot of different guys. I saw some of our guys were tweeting about some of it. I encourage my guys to have opinions. I encourage my guys to have beliefs. I encourage them to be educated beliefs, whatever you believe, not just to believe what you believe because someone else told you, but because that's what it is. But I try to have a conversation and a relationship with my guys on everything that happens. But, I was on the road Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I didn't really see our guys those days when sort of the brunt of all that happened. So anything I talked about was just, in a text message exchange with, different guys in the team.